Guys on Beer Geek Nation, it's everyone's favorite time of year. The time of year when Goose Island's Bourbon County Stout and its variations come out. Today we are going to look at the standard Bourbon County Stout coming in at 14.9% alcohol by volume. It's an imperial stout aged in bourbon barrels, obviously, for about a year. They released a couple variations on Black Friday this time. They released a barley wine version as well, a coconut version, coffee version now in the small 12-ounce bottles as well. Look guys, if you've been watching this channel at all, this is my first beer I ever reviewed on this channel. This is one of my favorite beers. This is probably my favorite beer. So let's hope that it's held up over this year. 2012 I think was probably one of the best vintages they ever brewed. So let's see if the 2013 can stack up to that and get into a glass so you guys know how it smells, tastes, and give you the final verdict on the Goose Island Bourbon County Stout. All right guys, the aroma on the Bourbon County Stout. Oh God, it's beautiful. Vanilla, chocolate, coffee, cocoa, oakiness, tobacco. There's a little bit of leather in there, a little bit of toasted coconut, big sweet dark fruit component to it. Just an amazing smelling beer. All right guys, so the taste on the 2013 Bourbon County Stout. Cheers. Yeah, it's a brilliant, brilliant beer. Just as good as last year, maybe even better. Right the front of the tongue, massive chocolate and coffee, followed immediately by a flood of dark fruits, vanilla sweetness, a little bit of oakiness, a little bit of a charred type of flavor in there as well. Middle of the mouth, this beer just explodes with flavor, more chocolate, dark fruits. I get a cherry component to it as well. Lots of vanilla, lots of oakiness too. The bourbon just shines in this one. Super sweet aftertaste. In the aftertaste, I'm getting more chocolate, more coffee, more vanilla, more of those bourbon flavors, just kind of lingering in the mouth, getting you ready for the next flavor. You know what? Almost 15%. Let's not make any odds. You definitely taste the alcohol, but it's not overwhelming. It blends with the sweetness in the stout, the chocolate components, the vanilla components, and it really just comes to help cleanse the palate for being such a big beer. It's an absolute joy to drink this beer. Awesome stuff. All right guys, so the final verdict in the 2013 Goose Island Bourbon County Stout available now, and I gotta give a huge thanks to Jeff for picking this up for me, guys. This one's getting an A+, and like I said, this beer lives up to the legend. It is my #1 beer of all time. It's a beer that I've just grown to appreciate more and more as I've gotten into craft beer. You know, to brew a fantastic imperial stout is one thing. To brew a fantastic imperial stout and then throw it in a bourbon barrel and have it come out even better is another thing completely, and they keep doing this time and time again with Bourbon County Stout. It's a perfect imperial stout. It's a perfect example of what a bourbon barrel can do to an imperial stout. The flavors are all there. Everything you look for in each of those styles of beer is represented in this beer in its purest and most perfect form. It's 15%. It's a sipping beer, but that allows you to sit back, take it all in, and kind of enjoy all the different flavors as the beer warms up. It's just fantastic stuff, and if you haven't had it, you're doing yourself an injustice. Get this beer. Don't worry so much about the variants. The variants are great, but this is the base beer that just keeps those variants shining. Definitely do yourself a favor, pick yourself up on it if you've never had it. It is worth all the hype and worth the trouble. So with that said, getting an A+ for me, and still my #1 beer of all time. Remember folks, life's too short. Drink amazing beers. Cheers.